In this short meta ads tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up the ideal campaign in order to drive the most amount of conversions possible. My name is Sunny, and I've spent millions of dollars in Meta to drive millions of more dollars in revenue, and I have a consulting firm where I help business owners get more conversions at a cheaper cost. If that sounds like it's something you're interested in, go down, check out my Calendly. But for the sake of this tutorial, this is more for beginner people who are getting into Meta ads. Let's just get straight into it. So this is a fresh Meta account that I have here. It's actually one of my old ones when I was getting hiring leads for a home healthcare company. And what you want to do when you're creating a new campaign is go over here to this green create button, and you'll see a few different options. So at the very top, you don't want to worry about this too much. Just keep it on auction, reservation. It's more of an advanced thing. And you'll see that you have different campaign objectives. So I'll quickly go over a couple of them. So awareness, traffic, these are more top of funnel type of objectives, and it's a common mistake that I'll see a lot of people make in their ad accounts is they're wondering why they're getting so many clicks onto their website. Actually, literally a client of mine a few weeks ago had this problem with his account before I came in, and that he was on a traffic campaign objectives. And so the problem here is that Meta, when you give it this objective to get as much traffic as possible or awareness as possible, is it's going to dish you the lowest quality audience it has because it's just trying to make money off you. And so it's going to save all the people that would be converting for its own use to give to other advertisers who are choosing the leads or the sales type of objective, and it's going to give you the lower quality ones. So you want to watch out for these unless you're Nike or you're running ads for Nike or some other big company that actually is just looking for awareness here. And so you can see that there's a few other more specific ones like engagement, leads. It's better for forms or more specific things, but I wouldn't even recommend this for collecting leads for your business. I would still actually go over to sales here. Especially if you have a pixel set up for your website, and then that's where you collect leads on your website. If you want to do it all through Meta, then you can do that leads campaign objective. But for now, I would recommend doing sales. And then you can click over here and click continue in order to set up the new campaign. So now you'll see you have your campaign, your ad set, and your ad. And in future videos, I can go over the ad set and ad settings that I'd recommend. But starting over here for the campaign, you have your name. You want to get really specific on your naming conventions. I've been in accounts with, oh my God, like so many campaigns, like 10, 15 campaigns with each one with a ton of ad sets in each. So you want to start pretty strong here. I would actually just do the geo that you're in here. And so if you're advertising in the US, I would just do United States main testing or something like that. And then coming over here, you'll see the same settings that we chose earlier in the campaign details. I would ignore the catalog ads for now, this Advantage Plus catalog ads. And the most important thing that you want to set here is this budget. The campaign budget versus ad set budget is pretty interesting. You would probably want to go for the ad set budget here. Unless you have a very specific strategy where different ad sets are testing different things and you want each ad set to get a different amount of money based on how they're performing. For most cases, when you're a new advertiser, you want to stick to the ad set budget so you can have very specific budgets that you're setting for each type of ad set. Like if you had one that was your main spend, your main ad set spend, you would want it to spend as much as possible. But if you had another one that was more experimental, you wouldn't want the experimental to take from that main spend on a daily basis. You would want to see more consistent results. And if you go below here, you'll see the A/B test button. I would recommend against using Meta's A/B testing. In general, if you're going to watch a lot of videos on my channel, I just recommend against doing a lot of what Meta wants you to do. And what you should do instead is find the ways to create the testing more in your control, which I have other videos on this channel, more on A/B testing and other ways to experiment. So you can check those out if you're interested. This audience segment reporting, you can just leave this how it is for now, but eventually as you create different lists, then you'll have different ways, like different audience lists. You have different ways to segment your audience as it's reporting for this entire campaign. And then this is pretty important too. So I remember I did a campaign back in the day for a political election. And so I had to select here that it was for the social issues, elections, or politics. And like those other campaigns I had on this account, actually, I had to do employment. And so you want to make sure you check one of these, or else your ads are just going to get banned immediately. And you don't want to get on Meta's bad side, because it can be really annoying to get unbanned. And if you have a ton of revenue being generated from your ad account and then you get banned, it can be really detrimental to your client or your own business. So make sure to select one of these if you're ever doing these, but I'm assuming you're here to get more conversions, and so you don't have to worry about this as much. And just going through all of those, you'll have your campaign set up, and then you can go straight into your ad set in order to do the rest. This is where it gets more complicated. The ad set's more about audiences and the ad is more about the creative, but I have other videos on this channel you can check out if you're more interested in those. But thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in me running your ads or my other products, go down to the description and check out my links there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.